Hey, how you doing? This is Richard Daigle from Irrigator Tech and All Pro, and what I want to do is explain to you and introduce you to Eric here. He's been working with me and Marcy, what, maybe 5-6 years?
Actually, it's 10.
10 years.
Yeah, goes by quick.
Yeah, it goes by quick. And I always feel responsible to be able to pass great information on to all of our members and lots of people so they can look at different things they can do in their lives to help improve, make plans, and move forward in life so one day they can retire. So you can work at any landscape company, and if they don't have a retirement plan or anything, and because it's not in their budget, then you can call Eric and say, hey, what can I do to help myself? And he'll come out to you and be able to explain it, or just talk to you on the phone and say, hey, this is what you need to do to plan by the time you're 60, 65, 70, whatever your type of life and lifestyle that you want, what you got to put away, how you have to do it, and you know, the whole life plan about I'm going to work and I'm going to get this at the end. And it really makes it great. So through those hard days where you're out there sweating, working really hard, and you're paying all your bills at the end, there's not a lot left, and you look at it and think, well, I got a good retirement plan. In another 30 years or 20 years, I'm going to be able to do this. Where you'll blink your eye, be working really hard, and still be 60 years old and go, I can never retire. So Eric's going to explain one of his plans, and it'll just be a short video. We'd love for you to, listen to it, and then we'll have on the bottom Eric's information. You can get a hold of him, and this has nothing. We're just passing information on to you. You don't give us anything for it, but being a member and everything, we try to bring great benefits to you. So go ahead, I'll let Eric explain it all to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard. As you said, my name is Eric Olsen. I have been an insurance broker for 18 years, and like you said, been a long-time client of mine, so I definitely wanted to present this to you guys so you guys have options. And this is a form of life insurance, what we were talking about. There's really two types of life insurance. There's the term life insurance, which is probably the most popular, and then there's permanent life insurance. And this is called Indexed Universal Life, or IUL, is a version of permanent life insurance, which is more focused on cash accumulation for retirement planning. And I did draw up a scenario using Brandon's situation, and what it allows you to do is by putting in $100 a month based on a 30-year-old healthy male and you fund that up until age 65 years old. Now, we just drew up as age 65 scenario. You do not have to wait till you're 65. You can do it in 15 years, 20 years. You do not have the 59.5-year-old age requirements like you would with the traditional retirement plan. There are no costs or no fees, no taxes that you would have to pay if you did do that before 59.5. And so this is funding up until age 65. But like I said, that's just an example. You don't have to do it that long. At age 65, this would allow him to withdraw $15,109 a year for the rest of his life in tax-free income. Now, that is one of the biggest benefits of using IUL in this type of strategy, because not only does your money accumulate tax-free, but you're able to withdraw it tax-free as long as everything is set up properly, which obviously I would make sure does get done. So not only do you have some life insurance in the meantime, if you do not make it till your expected withdrawal date or retirement age, if you do die prematurely, your family is taken care of. In this situation, it's about $120,000 of life insurance is attached to it. Now, one of the biggest differences between term life insurance and permanent life insurance, or this type of concept, is that with term life insurance, the traditional thinking is you want to pay as little as possible for the most life insurance as possible. This is the complete opposite. We want to pay the most you can afford towards your cash accumulation plan and actually minimize the life insurance as much as possible that the IRS will allow, and we make sure that this is a what's called a non-MEC policy or non-modified endowment contract. As long as it's a non-MEC policy, all gains in the policy or in the cash accumulation phase, all those withdrawals are allowed to be tax-free as long as it remains a non-MEC, which that would be my job to maintain, make sure that the policy does stay as a non-MEC. That's why you can only take out $15,000 a year. Now, the downside is whatever you set up the policy as. If you decide $100 a month is what I can afford, that's the most you can put into the policy, that one policy. Down the road, if you feel like the plan's doing great and you want to put in more, we would just start a new policy. But that's one of the guidelines we have to follow. Once we decide on the amount, we can't fund it with more premium because that would violate this non-MEC guideline. But again, every plan is different. Everyone's situation is different. Age, health, all of that determines life insurance. All of that determines how much is taken out each year. I would sit down with you, go over it in more detail. But if you do want more information, again, my number is 619-851-3837. My name is Eric Olsen. I'd be happy to help. Thanks.